Welcome to your free English lesson. This series will focus on the verb to have. There are 3 intended learning outcomes for this lesson. 1. We are learning to conjugate and use the verb to have as an auxiliary verb. 2. We are learning about the verb to have as an auxiliary verb that helps to form the present perfect tense in an action verb. 3. We are learning to apply the auxiliary verb to have when talking about experiences and past connections with a connection to now. It is important to write when you are asked to. It helps you to learn. You can use a whiteboard, but ideally a notebook would be best. That way you can keep a record of your learning. As an action verb, or acting as a main verb, the verb to have tells us what someone or something owns or possesses. In the simple present tense, we can conjugate the verb to have like this. Follow as I read. I have. You have. This is singular, one person. He has. She has. It has. We have. You have. This is plural, more than one person. They have. The verb to have is usually transitive, so it takes a direct object to complete its meaning. Notice that the verb to have is irregular, so when we conjugate it, it changes from the infinitive form. As an auxiliary verb, to have does not mean to own. It helps the main verb to show that the action is finished or connected to now. The main verb, following the auxiliary verb to have, maintains the past participle verb form. The past participle is not the same as the past simple in many verbs. Here are some regular and irregular past participle verbs. Follow as I read. These verbs are regular. Loved, played, watched, cleaned, studied, planned, stopped, liked, opened, helped. These verbs are irregular. Been, broken, done, seen, spoken, taken, known, gone, eaten, drunk. Past participle verbs are used for perfect tense, such as she had gone home, or the passive voice in sentences, such as the letter was written yesterday. This diagram shows what the present perfect tense looks like. The action happened in the past, but is still important now, or it started in the past and is still true now. We use the auxiliary verb to have when there is a past action with the result now. For example, he has lost his bag. He lost it in the past and he does not have it now. We use the auxiliary verb to have when talking about a life experience that happened in the past but is relevant now. For example, I have been to London. The information about when is not stated. We use the auxiliary verb to have when the event started in the past and still continues now. For example, they have lived here for 5 years. They still live here. We use the auxiliary verb to have when talking about recent actions. For example, she has just arrived. It happened a short time ago. This lesson will look at the present perfect tense. The verb to have helps to form perfect tenses. It does not carry the main meaning of a sentence. It works together with the main verb to show a past action that is important now. The structure of a statement follows this form: subject plus the verb to have conjugated in the present perfect tense and the past participle verb. The punctuation at the end of a sentence is a full stop for a statement and an exclamation mark for an exclamation. The structure of a question follows this form: the verb to have conjugated in the present perfect tense plus the subject plus the past participle verb. The punctuation at the end of a question is a question mark. We will briefly learn some helpful time words as an extender. Ever and never are used for life experiences. Ever is used in questions. Have or has plus subject plus ever plus past participle. For example, have you ever gone? Never is used in statements. Subject plus have or has plus never plus past participle. For example, I have never tried. Yet is used for things that have not happened. In a question, have or has plus subject plus past participle plus yet. For example, have you finished yet? In a statement, subject plus have or has plus not plus past participle plus yet. For example, it has not worked yet. Yet usually goes at the end of a sentence. Just is used for very recent actions. In a question, have or has plus subject plus just plus past participle. For example, have you just started? In a statement, subject plus have or has plus just plus past participle. For example, they have just arrived. Just goes before the main verb. Since is used with a starting point in time. In a question, have or has plus subject plus past participle plus since plus the event, date, or time. For example, have you worked since then? In a statement, subject plus have or has plus past participle plus since plus the event, date, or time. For example, we have played since last year. Since is from a time in the past until now. For is used with a length of time. In a question, have or has plus subject plus past participle plus for plus a period of time. For example, have they studied for a while? In a statement, subject plus have or has plus past participle plus for plus a period of time. For example, he has known for 2 weeks. For, in this context, means how long. A while means for some time, but not a specific time. Choose the correct conjugation of the verb to have by circling have or has. 1. She have eaten breakfast this morning, or she has eaten breakfast this morning. 2. They have finished their homework, or they has finished their homework. 3. Have you ever been to London, or has you ever been to London? 4. He have just arrived at school, or he has just arrived at school. 5. I have never seen a tiger, or I has never seen a tiger. 6. We have played football for 2 hours, or we has played football for 2 hours. 7. Have she called her friend yet? Or has she called her friend yet? 8. You have already done your work, or you has already done your work. 9. It have rained all day, or it has rained all day. 10. Have they visited the museum, or has they visited the museum? Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. 1. She has eaten breakfast this morning. 2. They have finished their homework. 3. Have you ever been to London? 4. He has just arrived at school. 5. I have never seen a tiger. 6. We have played football for 2 hours. 7. Has she called her friend yet? 8. You have already done your work. 9. It has rained all day. 10. Have they visited the museum? Here is an extender for anybody who would like a challenge. Fill in the correct time word. Already, yet, just, ever, never, for, since. 1. She has finished her homework. 2. Have you visited the Eiffel Tower? 3. I have eaten lunch, so I'm full. 4. We haven't received the letter. 5. He has lived in this city 2012. 6. They have been friends 10 years. 7. I have tried skydiving. 8. Have you completed your exercises? 9. She has called her parents this morning. 10. I have seen a panda in real life. Pause the video. The next slide contains the answers. Check your answers. 1. She has already finished her homework. Just and never would also make sense in this sentence. 2. Have you ever visited the Eiffel Tower? 3. I have just eaten lunch, so I'm full. 4. We haven't received the letter yet. 5. He has lived in this city since 2012. 6. They have been friends for 10 years. 7. I have never tried skydiving. Just would also make sense in this sentence. 8. Have you completed your exercises yet? 9. She has just called her parents this morning. 10. I have never seen a panda in real life. Thank you for joining into the lesson today. I hope you have confidently learned about conjugating and using the verb to have in the present perfect tense and the verb to have as an auxiliary verb that helps to focus on the present result or relevance of a past action. Please like and subscribe for more lessons. There is a lot to learn, so don't give up. Keep believing in yourself and you will learn. See you next time. Bye.